We just came through eclipse season, and what a perfect time to learn more about the moon. And you can't get a better resource than Stephen Forrest's Book of the Moon, available on audiobook narrated by me. A direct link is available on the homepage of hightimelinebooks.com, or you can go to Audible or Apple Books. Welcome in to the Thursday edition of the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thomas Miller, thank you so much for joining us. And all I can say for today is, wow, what a difference a day makes. That very serene, calm, quiet chart of yesterday now is throwing off a lot of red and tense aspects, especially oppositions. Let's pick this apart because it is significant. Energy has shifted again today. I've got to say, a bizarre beginning to this week. Monday was just a cray-cray day, and you look at the chart, and there just wasn't that much there to indicate that it was going to be that. Today has a little bit more of a symbolism that if cray-cray happened today, I wouldn't be surprised. Why? Well, first of all, we have the formation of what would be the top of a kite formation. That's the triangular or diamond-shaped kite. And this would be the top section, just from the crossbar up to the tip. That's going on. The crossbar planets are Pluto and Uranus, and the tip of it is Neptune. Now, just from what you know about astrology, think about what we just said. Surprises, transformation, intuition, the home office, and lies and deceptions. Now, it's a positive aspect, so we have that, but keep in mind who the players are. I just keep seeing these glimpses in the chart that the universe is trying to wake us up, and that's what this would be. We still have the triangle part, but it's just not attached to the kite. The triangle part, we talked about it yesterday. We've mentioned it this week. It's in the weekly video as well on the YouTube channel. That's Venus, Mars, and Saturn. And the only aspect tomorrow is the Venus-Saturn exact trine. And that accompanies, well, I guess maybe here's the answer to my question. Remembering Mars-Saturn happened early Monday morning. Maybe that is part of it. I don't know, but it sure appeared in my life. And today we get the other piece with Venus and Saturn. And perhaps that Libra stellium of, well, the south node, and the sun and Mercury and the moon still until tomorrow morning pretty early moves into Scorpio. But that's all in Libra right now. Maybe it will come to Venus's aid because Venus is in Scorpio. So that's a big water trine. That one is going into our emotions. And yes, as we mentioned yesterday, could be some pull around relationships. But Uranus, the surprise factor. And I'm just kind of like, okay, what have we got going on with that? And Pluto is in a trine to the south node of the moon, which means it's a sextile to the north node, and that's in play. Karmic transformation, if we just want to take two keywords from that, but in a positive way. See, matches what we talked about yesterday. And it's interesting that the tension in this chart does not really come from those transformational planets. It comes from, well, let's just pick it apart. Basically, the Sun and Mercury up there in Libra. And also on the wings of that is Chiron. It is also throwing off these opposition and quindecile aspects. Quindecile is a 160-degree aspect. Noel Teal popularized it. There's one contemporary book on it on Amazon, if you'd like to check that out. Still available, paperback. But if you were to think of a keyword, you could think of, well, two. Obsessive-compulsive. It's like there's this compulsion to act, to do something. It is considered a tense or negative aspect. So if you take this to kind of extreme, it would be a compulsion or a strong desire to shake something up, let's say disruption, transformation. And it's sitting between the Sun and Chiron, one of them. That's facing your karmic wounds, represented by Chiron, right? Another is between Neptune and Mercury. So watch your self-talk around that one. And then there's another around the moon, between the north node of the moon and the moon itself. That one will be a matter of hours, literally, and then it will pass. And while we're listing these across from aspects, there's a 150-degree quincunx or inconjunct between Saturn and Mercury. And I know this is starting to get thick. Let me throw one more thing out, and that is that the Sun is still in that conjunction that began on Monday with Mercury. So it's a whole package. The Sun is there, Mercury is there, The moon is pulling away, but it is still influential, very much so. In fact, it is in a straight-up opposition today to Chiron. Again, that will just be a today thing. All right, I just described the technicals. For those of you who want to know the structure of the chart and what's going on, for those of you who are interested in what do we do with it, we put our guard up today. Again, this today, you know, when you get these kinds of days, usually they don't pan out like a Monday that slips up on you. But we have this not only two front guard, okay? Controlling yourself, watching and monitoring your own self, watching your reactions, watching your thoughts. Be a little extra guarded today, but also with others. Be a little careful because Libra is representing this and is half of the tension with Aries and Pisces, so there's that struggle with others that could come into this as well. So this is a multifaceted guard up. Watch for those compulsions, especially with yourself and with others. Libra is involved, so there's the relationship piece. This does involve other people in your life. If you're feeling too strong of an abnormal, too strong of a desire to do something, to take an action, to say something, to write a post, try to remember today to step away from it. And also just keep in mind that this is part of a big, grand, macro-designed plan of change on the whole planet, because all 5 of these outer planets are changing signs. From now through 2026, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto will all be in different signs than they are today. That, to anybody's knowledge, has not happened in such a short period of time in history. This dates me, but back when I was in college, REO Speedwagon. You remember them from the 1980s? Hair music? Roll with the changes. You could put it on and play it right now. In fact, that would be a good... I would do it for you if I could, but they'd zap me for a copyright. Roll with the changes is the theme today, all right? I thought we'd get to the weekend. We'll do it tomorrow. Have a great day.